Socke had to face off against, or not Socke, Team Cobalt had to face against. So it's like you can't really use that as a comparison moving forward, and that's what makes figuring out how the rest of this bracket is going to play out a little bit more difficult, because there's not really any real Team A beat Team B beat Team C kind of comparison that you can make here.
Ooh. And we're gonna go right into it with Jeff V versus Venny. I'm not sure about this matchup, honestly. I'm not completely sure.
As Forest Burn, I don't favor it. As long as you can keep control of the ground, it's fine, but again, it's another one of those situations where you have a character that can just destroy all of your tools. So the smoke, the clone, all it takes is one side special from Clarence to be able to just, or not Clarence, from Eliana to be able to just shoot it all away.
True. And already just Venny applying a lot of pressure right now on Jeff V right away. Not getting a lot of damage at the start, but still some very good pressure here.
Yeah, I mean, just keeping their spacing, not really giving Jeff V any easy openings to come in against them. And here we go, has them in disadvantage. Few up there is going to be able to do some more damage, and now we got the overheat situation.
Yeah, Venny in overheat is going to go back out of it. But I do feel like right now he does want to be in overheat to get those kills, honestly. Absolutely. And honestly, at 10%, there is not much that Jeff V can do to kill him at this stage or get anything really big, I feel like.
Yeah, and the big problem is that Venny's got enough of a lead built up here that they don't really have to approach, and Forest Burn's approach options aren't that strong.
True, it is going to be very hard for Forest Burn to just get in on Eliana overall. But hey, look! Just as I say that, Jeff V gets the first stock.
Yeah, that up strong honestly is one of the biggest saving graces of this matchup, just because of how much space it can cover in the vertical direction. And that's really where Eliana makes a lot of her approaches from. So being able to just have that as an anti-air tool is big.
I mean, literally, it is literally big. Now we're back into a neutral situation, a very even situation. Jeff V getting a little bit, again, a little bit of disadvantage here. Gonna be a little bit tough, but
able to sneak by at least for a brief moment here, so a chance to even up the percentage here. But a mine into a bullet hit, and that will lead into the up strong from Venny. So last stock for Jeff V here.
Yeah, and we're talking about overheat mode. These overheat smashes can kill very early overall. Which, if you can get a setup into one, you're golden, honestly, you're golden.
Yep. There we go, finally able to get in, but unfortunately that cape's gonna get parried here, so another chance for Svenny to take advantage, but Jeff V just trading right back in. It's like, as long as Jeff V's able to find that opening to get in, they've been able to do a good job of keeping things even, but the problem is that Svenny hasn't wanted to play that game.
Yeah, and again, I feel like Jeff V overall has had trouble to just find the kill moves.
There we go.
Finally gets a down strong, but Eliana is rather heavy overall already with the mech, so when you already struggle to find the kill moves with your characters in general, it can be a little bit tricky, honestly.
Yeah, and now with the heat online, at least for a brief moment, it creates an opportunity for Svenny to try and get this kill here.
Indeed, and look at that pressure with the missiles.
Man.
There was no escape for Jeff V here.
Absolutely, so that's going to be the first game going to Team Cobalt here, but only one stock left on Svenny. Not the worst spot for Team Socke to be in, as long as they're able to take it off cleanly.
Yeah, this is fine. Like, Jeff V took two stocks off, so this is fine. And now we've got Vapron in the line in order to beat up the snake. So.
Yep, the first of 2 Shovel Knights for this team.
Yeah, the first of 2 Shovel Knights.
And now it's just a matter of just trying to find your way in safely against all of this.
That is the big thing. You need to find a way to get in, but Eliana's got some very good tools to prevent Shovel Knight from ever getting in.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like Shovel Knight does have good tools to be able to punish
Just
Eliana in
kill.
the air, and sure enough, that's going to lead to Svenny losing that final stock.
Vaporon evening up the match real quick.
Little goodbye bite there.
Yeah, just a goodbye bite.
So yeah, sure enough, Team Socke able to even things up here relatively quickly with how long that match between them lasted. So, going to be interesting to see who Cobalt sends out next to be able to deal with this menace.
Well, we're gonna get the Shovel Knight Ditto. That's what.
So Retro going to be coming out for Team Cobalt here to face off against Vaporon.
Indeed. And already, again, lots of rolling out, lots of neutral right now. We're trying to feel each other out. Yep. And it's going to be Retro who's going to find the first opening here.
Yeah, but that opening does not last very long. Decides to stay out there, get the fish, and is able to make it back. So that is a big money advantage.
Yeah, just big money advantage right now for Retro. And lots of running around, trying to feel each other out. You can clearly see, it's like, in this matchup I feel like there's the neutral phase, and then there's, I find an opening, I can get something done, you know.
Absolutely.
It's a very weird Ditto, but a very, I mean obviously it's balanced because it's a Ditto, but still.
Yeah, the nicest thing about the Ditto is money is never in short supply.
Yeah, you gotta be rich by the end of the first stock in that Ditto.
Yeah, I mean, look at Retro, already over 2,000 gems saved up here. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter if you're not able to keep your stock.
I mean, true, but you can get something pretty quickly afterwards, so, you know, that's fine.
Yep. Right now, both of them just trying to use the side B to either mix up the approaches, excuse me, or use the back airs to just outspace your opponent. There we go, both of them buying the momentum nail.
Yeah, both momentum nails.
Yep, this is gonna get a lot quicker now.
Now we're gonna slide a lot more here. Just sliding around the speed of sound. And right now both players definitely have places to go, that's for sure. Like, we were talking about how that was going to be quicker, but no, it kind of slowed down a little bit so far. Nobody finding a kill move. Even Raw is not going to kill quite yet.
Yeah, they're both playing from further away as well, so that way they can both have enough time to react to what their opponent does here.
True, but a very good down strong here for Vaporon. Finally gets that first stock. My gosh.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going all over the place. Sliding F-Strong, going to be able to finally take off the other stock there.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, Cobalt has gear right now. I don't think it's going to be too long until Vaporon gets gear as well. Yep. But it's definitely a big advantage right now for Retro. Now that he has his neutral tool.
Yeah, at the same time though, with how quickly you're generating money in this matchup, the question becomes, do you want to go for the gear or do you go for the ghost gloves?
That is a good question.
I mean, Ghost Gloves, even though it's more expensive, is still a solid neutral tool with how much space you can control.
True, but the question is also, will you get hit by the gear trying to shop? That is the question as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be a matter of just being able to knock your opponent away far enough to have a moment here to breathe.
And again, lots of poking in this matchup. Lots of poking.
Yep, there it is. They opted for the Ghost Gloves.
Yeah, but they got killed for it. Yeah, they got killed for it.
Like that right there, you just see the Ghost Glove into strong attack, so there's definitely some... Absolutely.
It is a potent projectile, honestly.
Nice, able to get the tech in place there, but now the challenge becomes being able to finish off the stock, and you do not want to be falling into a down strong like that, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, you do not want to be falling into rising up here either, because you're going to rise up very, very far above the blast zone.
Absolutely, so that's going to be it for their team. So now they have one more player to fight through if they want to be able to move on to the losers finals, but it is not going to be an easy fight from what we've seen of these two teams.
It is not going to be an easy fight at all, for sure. And yeah, just a good Shovel Knight Ditto that had a lot of poking, that is for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a volatile neutral between those two characters, just because they have good burst options in the side B, but you also have the counter to it in the back air with how disjointed that feels and how long it lasts.
Yeah, and you say volatile, I would just say it's a neutral, you know? The most neutral of neutrals.
Fair enough. Because it's like, all of those hits they were getting didn't really lead into too many follow-ups. A lot of it was just...
didn't really have any follow-ups. So.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go into another Shovel Knight Ditto, so...
Yeah, and this is definitely the Shovel Knight that a lot of people have been keeping their eyes on today. PK Master just doing so much work in the bracket.
Oh, homie fishes? Homie fishes. Okay, we're doing homie fishes.
I can respect it.
Yeah, I respect it. Just homie fishes.
There we go. Both of them just immediately getting their tools.
Yeah, now we can start the match.
That's the first time I've ever seen homie fishing. I gotta say, I can respect it, gets the game moving a lot quicker.
Yeah, because now we do have momentum right from the start, so... Lots of sliding, and we've got gear from both sides as well, so...
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see who can use these tools more efficiently here. Is it going to be PK Master, or is Retro going to be able to get the upset on PK Master here?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they could also just buy another thing instead of the gear at some point, so...
That is true, they're going to have the money for it.
But yeah, already Retro in a pretty good position, honestly.
Oh, gear actually almost, trying to carry Retro off. That is
almost
what
got from the gear.
Yeah, that is honestly scary because the gear ground actually overwrites the platform ground. I think so. It'll just carry you through the platform there, off into the blast zone.
It is rough. It is rough.
There we go. PK Master able to take the first stock there. Off of Retro, only one more to work through here. But the challenge is going to be not losing that other stock.
True, and that's the thing, like, this Upstrong is going to kill here. Like, the previous one was just a little short, but now this Upstrong is going to kill, so...
Yeah, so now back to even percent between these two players. Both of them just trying to do what they can to take off at least one more stock here, and that would be huge for Retro to be able to get the advantage here and just leave PK with one stock left.
Yeah, and seeing the gear straight has been very weird, honestly.
Yeah, the color between the two gears isn't too different, unfortunately.
That is very similar.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of.
Yeah, because you need to keep track of not necessarily if it is your gear, like you need to, but you also need to keep track of where it's going, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, the last thing you want is to be carried off stage by the gear. Nice parry coming out from PK Master, but the challenge is just getting the follow-up here.
Yeah, there has been some trouble just getting those follow-ups on both sides overall. Just especially in this matchup, just lots of, as we said, lots of poking, very few follow-ups, but that raw down strong is going to be able to take it.
Man, that was nice. Using the down strong's elevation to outspace the F strong, that was a brilliant play right there.
Yeah, that was very, very tight, very tight. Very tight squeeze between the floor and the down strong.
Yeah,
but hey, that does mean we do have our closer Vague.
That is true, and I mean, they've definitely been a force today, but PK Master able to keep the two stocks alive at least, so it's not going to be as horrid a situation as it could have been, but it is still not going to be easy for PK Master if they want to try and carry things for Team Socke.
Yeah, it is still going to be a tough match for PK, but we'll see. There are possibilities here.
Yep, so here we go. It's going to be the traditional stage here that everybody enjoys, moving platforms, plenty of space to work with.
And already Vig going in and putting down all the pressure he can right now. Just making sure that PK doesn't have a moment to breathe. Even gonna get some good punishes off of that attempt to fish.
Yeah, I mean, anytime we've seen players able to get damage off that situation, it has definitely led to a big advantage for them.
Doing a very good freeze. Not gonna get the tech chase though. Not gonna get the tech chase.
Well, and now PK Master doing some good damage here, finding some openings, but the challenge is they're at a very high percent, narrowly avoiding that off special device.
Now Vic going for the spike here. That could have been dirty. And another Dacus here. A little bit delayed in order to catch it. Hey, that works.
Yep. Now PK with the momentum mail should be able to keep up in speed now against Aether and weight, but the challenge is just being able to overcome this deficit that has been built up.
Yeah, that is a very big challenge to overcome right now, and Vic just going for everything in the book, and then some.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's only so much you can do in this situation, especially once the Aether has ice armor, but PK Master not giving up. Nice air dodge.
Very good air dodge in order to delay the ascent here. Very nicely done. Dacus here is not going to hit, but the freeze though, and the tech chase. Downstrong not going to be quite enough yet. And yeah, but Yevstrong just did an armor here.
Yeah, I respect the option trying to just armor through it, but unfortunately slightly mistimed.
Yeah. And by the way, PK going for the horn here. Thinking, yeah, I need to kill that Aether, but yeah, it's too late. It is too late.
That's it. The stocks are gone, and that's going to be Team Cobalt winning the battle of the underdogs and getting to move on to losers finals.
Yeah, and again, Vig with the closer. Very nicely done from Vig, honestly.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job as the anchor for their team, able to just clean out whatever the team has left over. So it's definitely good to be able to see your anchor player being able to clean up whatever you have left over for them.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like just there's a good balance in Team Cobalt, to be fair. Just overall.
I mean, being able to have the fastest character all the way to the heaviest character definitely gives you a lot of variety to be able to deal with a lot of the matchups that